Hey y'all, it's Bitty Boo. Today we're going to make some faux caramel apples. If you want to see how I made this, stick around and I'll show you. Okay y'all, we're going to get started on some faux caramel apples. We've got us an apple. You're going to take out the stem, and you see that's pretty narrow. And I bought some of these little dowel rods. You get like 15 or 16 of them in a package at Dollar Tree for $1. But you're gonna want it to be able to go down in there. So I just took a simple pencil sharpener, put a little point on here. So now what I'm gonna do is get my other stuff out here. I have glossy Mod Podge that I created my paint color and put it into the Mod Podge because, well, the Mod Podge dries clear, but it gives the caramel a glossy looking effect. That's why this looks so glossy. It's because of the caramel. And I used acrylic paints. I will show you what acrylic paints I used to mix this up. Okay, my 3 paints that I mixed into my Mod Podge to create my caramel color was Chocolate Bar, Antique White, and King's Gold. I mixed them directly into this bottle since this bottle was about out and mixed it up real good. So now I'll show you what we're gonna do. Let me see if I can get the camera adjusted where y'all can see. And I put a point on this. Don't remember if I showed you or not. So now what we're gonna do, we've got our apple here. And the Mod Podge, when it gets dries, it turns into a glue, so I'm not really worried about gluing my stick in right now. So what I want to do is I just want to go over my apple just like that. I want a little more coming from over here. So let that drop a little more here. Okay. And I do want that puddle underneath my caramel apple because, you know, when caramel apples are setting after you've got the caramel on them, they puddle up at the bottom. So I've got that one side right here. It seems to be a little high for me. So there's something I'm gonna do. Once I take and insert my stick into the center of the apple, just like so, I am going to take, well, there, now it's inserted good. I'm going to take and tilt my apple over, and I'm going to let that run down it, and it will cover more of the apple. Anyway, that's what we've got. It's not perfect, by no means, but heck, it works. Anyway, we're going to let this dry, and then I'll finish decorating it but I'll show you what I'm going to use to finish it off. And right now we're going to make a little jute twine ribbon. So I'm going to leave a deal on it so long, okay? And I'm going to wrap it around my fingers. There's 1 wrap, 2 wraps, 3 wraps. Simply because I want it to have 3 loops. Cut that. I'm going to cut me another piece that's kind of long because I want it to end up having multiple tails. Well, darn it. It's trying to be contrary to me. Alright, then you end up with a deal like that. You're going to take this, press it down to the center. You're going to take this string and tie it around the center of the bow. You're just going to tie it in a little knot. Make sure your knot is in the center of your bow. And tie it off again. There we go. We got a bow. Easy peasy, right? Now you got a bow you can add to any project. Okay. Now here's one of my apples that are dry. So I took some of this, what is that? Probably 3/4 inch. It's kind of a burlappy linen ribbon that I got at Dollar Tree. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to place this around the stem of my apple. I got a husband in there clucking like a chicken, y'all. Don't know what's wrong with him. He be going crazy. And you're going to take your little bow. Just going to tie it like you do a shoelace. That's all we're going to do. Tie it like a shoelace. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully. We're going to tighten it up. Okay. I want that longer, so I'm going to pull it. And fluff it. Then I'm going to take this one. I'm going to fluff it too. That one's going to have to be pulled so it's about the same size as the other one. So just pull the end. Alright, now we've got a bow. You fluff my bow again. I'll pull my, what do you call it around here? And I'm going to cut that to the length I want it. There we go. Just like that. Now I've got some little bit wider pieces of raffia here. And what I'm going to do is just going to take that raffia. I'm going to put me a dot of glue right there in the center. And I'm going to crisscross this raffia. And I'll show you why in just a minute. Put another deal of glue on top. And crisscross. Don't burn yourselves, guys. So once that has set up, I'm going to trim that really long piece off right there. Now I've got wide. It's easier to glue 2 pieces of wide than it is a bunch of little pieces. So what we're going to do is take this raffia and we're going to shred it to where it makes frays. Now, you don't have to use raffia if you do not want to use raffia. You decorate your apple however you want to decorate it if you choose to make an apple. But I'm very country and I just love raffia. It's kind of fun to say until you get tongue-tied too. But you just work on the bottom, separating the bottom out like that also. Just pulling it apart to where it makes it look like you're to me it kind of reminds me of making hair out of it. Okay, now we've got our little bow that we made. Take our bow, glue it to the center of that, and let it sit up. And here is our caramel apple. Now to change it for the holidays like at Christmas, Dollar General has those little itty bitty red and green bows. You could take and put one of them little red and green bows in there. You could put a red or green button. You could do whatever you want to do. You can change it up for the holidays. Anyway, I got this craft from my friend Davita Lane. Please check out Davita. Her channel is in the description below, as well as a link here in a box. Here is our apple, y'all. I hope you give this a try. Remember, y'all, the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever, ever, ever forget it. And I love you, each and every one. Y'all take care. Bye.